Hi, I'm Carla Higgins, and this is the Double Duty Agent Podcast. I am so glad you're here. Each week, we get together and we explore the stories of successful double duty real estate agents. And from their stories, you can find the solutions to overcoming your challenges and the keys to unlocking your success. Are you ready? Let's get started. Welcome back, Double Duty Agents. I'm your host, Carla Higgins, and today we're diving into the fourth part of our 5 master keys to unlock success, the little mini series we've been doing. I hope you've been enjoying the journey so far. We've covered unlimiting your beliefs, creating a time blocked schedule, and developing consistency in your lead generation and follow up. Today, we're tackling something that will fuel everything you do. It's your why. We are going to explore how to set meaningful goals that align with your powerful why and give you tips to stay connected with it daily. I'll also address some of the common fears that come up when setting big goals, like the fear of failure, maybe some self doubt, and how to recraft those stories into something that will propel you forward. We're going to expand our discussion to talk about how setting and writing down your goals can transform your business. And we'll even dive into the concepts from The One Thing by Gary Keller on goal setting to the now. So let's jump right in. Your why is the heartbeat of your business. Actually, your why is the heartbeat of your life. It's the deep personal reason you get up every day and put in the work. And let's be real, as a double duty agent, juggling multiple commitments isn't easy. So, your why has to be big enough to keep you going through all the ups and downs. A surface level why, like I want to make more money, I need to make a lot of money, it just won't cut it. Your why needs to be deeply personal, one that makes giving up or not taking action feel like you're saying no to something you deeply care about. Think about it this way: your why is the fuel that will carry you through the tough times when you're tired, when you're frustrated, or when you're questioning whether you can even make it work. For example, if your why is to create financial security for you and your family, then every time you hesitate to make a follow up call or schedule that open house, you remind yourself, if I give in to this resistance, I'm saying no to my family's future security. And that's not an option. A strong why makes what and how so much easier, just so much easier. So, how do you find this deep, meaningful why? When I first joined Keller Williams and everybody kept talking about this big why, it was really intimidating for me. And I want to break this down so it doesn't have to be intimidating for you. You just have to dig deeper than those surface goals. Your why should be something that excites you, inspires you, and even scares you just a little bit because of how much it means to you. Here's some questions you can start asking yourself that'll help you get in the right direction. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me in life? If I could have anything without limitation, what would it be? What kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? Who am I doing this all for? Once you start answering these questions, patterns and themes will emerge. And I want you to write everything down. Let your emotion lead this exercise and do not hold back. This is the place to be brutally honest with yourself. And after this exercise, find that one thing that feels like your why. You'll feel it in your core being. You'll know this is your why. That is the thing that when you need it will fill you with determination and drive. After identifying this powerful why, then and only then can you start to set goals that align with it. So, when your goals are aligned with your why, they take on a whole new level of importance and commitment. Your why becomes your compass, guiding you in the direction you need to go, and your goals are the milestones along the way. Let's talk about setting these goals. If your why is about providing financial security for your family, then a goal might be setting an annual income goal that reflects the life you want to create. For example, let's say you want to earn $100,000 in real estate this year to help pay off your mortgage, save for your children's college fund, pay off your debt. That number isn't arbitrary, it's tied to your why. Or if your why is about having the financial freedom to travel and live on your own terms, your goals may revolve around building a business model that allows you flexibility and passive income. When setting these goals, whether they're annual income goals, lead generation targets, or lifestyle aspirations, they must be in alignment with your why. This connection, this is what makes your goals powerful and helps you push through resistance when it inevitably shows up. Now, you have to remember that these goals need to be smart. Does anybody know what SMART stands for? In my world, SMART stands for specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time bound. You may have heard the A and the R a little bit differently, but I want you to make sure that your goals have action behind them and obviously that they're realistic. So that's specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time bound. Now, I want to share something crucial, and this is the power of just simply writing down your goals. Did you know that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them? That's almost 50%, 42%. That's right. There is something incredibly powerful about putting pen to paper. When you write down your goals, you're not just thinking about them, you're making a commitment. In fact, there was a study done by Dr. Gail Matthews, a psychology professor, which found that those who write down their goals and share them with others and regularly update their progress are significantly more likely to achieve them than those who simply keep their goals in their heads or in their desk drawers. Revisiting your goals frequently is just as important as writing them down. You need to look at your goals daily, remind yourself of what you're working toward, and make sure they are all aligned with your why. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget what you're aiming for. So, having a regular goal check in, whether that's daily, weekly, or monthly, the key here is just staying on track. Now, let's talk about something that often holds agents back from setting big, meaningful goals, and that's fear. Fear is natural when you're aiming for something you care deeply about. It might show up as a fear of failure, a fear of not being perfect, or a fear of self doubt. Let's break these down for a minute. Fear of failure. You might be worried about setting a big goal and not achieving it. But remember, failure is just feedback. It tells you what is not working so you can make adjustments. The real failure is not setting the goal at all and staying in your comfort zone. Remember, fail forward, fail fast, and fail often. Gary Keller, I've heard him say he is the most failed man in real estate. And if Gary Keller is the most failed man in real estate, then we all have some failing to do to catch up. Wouldn't you agree? All right, perfectionism. Are you one of those? If you're waiting to have all the answers or the perfect plan before you take any action, guess what? You're just going to be waiting forever. Progress beats perfection every time. Your goal isn't to be perfect, it's to keep moving forward. You have to keep the train moving down the track. Even if it hits a few bumps along the way, that's okay. And then self doubt. Do you find yourself saying, am I really capable of achieving this goal? This is a limiting belief. And in Master Key number one, we talked about unlimiting our limiting beliefs. These can paralyze you. Remember, if your why is strong enough, it will help you overcome any doubt. And when the self doubt creeps in, remind yourself of your past achievements and all of the progress you've made. To overcome these fears, all you have to do is recraft the stories that you tell yourself. So instead of telling yourself and thinking I might fail, instead tell yourself I am taking one step closer to my goals each day, and every step is progress. Instead of I have to do this perfectly, say I'm learning and growing through every action I take. Instead of I don't know if I can do this, remind yourself I am capable. I am driven by my why and I will make it happen. I want to share a powerful concept from the book The One Thing by Gary Keller. I don't know if you've read The One Thing. It is one of my very favorite books. It's actually not a real estate book. Surprise, surprise, given the fact that Gary Keller and Jay Papasan wrote it. Um, the one thing I actually give every year as a graduation gift because I think it is such a powerful book about living your best life. And in the one thing, Gary and Jay talk about goal setting to the now. And the idea here is to take your big goals, say maybe a 5 year goal, and then break them down into smaller, actionable steps that you can take today. So let's say your 5 year goal is to build a thriving real estate business that brings in $500,000 a year. And that's a big, audacious goal, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed when you look at that big picture. But goal setting to the now helps you reverse engineer that goal by asking yourself, what do I need to achieve this year to be on track for my 5 year goal? And then ask, what do I need to achieve this month to be on track for my 1 year goal? And keep working backwards. What do I need to do this week? And what do I need to do today? This approach ensures that your daily actions are always aligned with your long term vision. It also makes your big goals feel more attainable because you're focusing on what you need to do now and not overthinking that big picture end goal or second guessing it. By setting goals to the now, you can create a roadmap to success that keeps you moving forward consistently, one step at a time. And one step, that's an easy one to take. It's thinking that you have to take the whole marathon run that becomes overwhelming. So just one step at a time. All right. It's one thing to identify your why and set your goals, but we talked about this earlier. You have to stay connected to that why daily. And here's some simple ways to do that. One is to create a vision board. Have you ever done that? You can create it in Canva or on other online platforms for doing a vision board. I like to just cut up magazines and paste them. I feel like I'm in kindergarten and that's so much fun. And I have a visual. So you make a vision board that's visually represents your why and your goals, and you place it where you will see it every day. So if you create a paper one on like a foam board, mine is in my bedroom and I wake up to it in front of me every morning. And some mornings I don't pay attention to it as much as others. And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot that was on my vision board. You can also then take a picture of your vision board and save that on your phone. So every time you opened your phone, you could see your vision board, or you might put your vision board in your office. Also, another strategy is to have a daily why check in. Start your day by writing down your why that you arrived at, and your top goals for that day or that week in a journal. This will keep your focus on what's most important and it primes you to take intentional actions. Right? You just have to be intentional about the actions we take, especially as a double duty agent. You can use affirmations and visualizations. Just simply close your eyes. Not if you're driving, don't do it right now, but close your eyes and then imagine living the life that your why would create. Then speak affirmations over and over to yourself like I'm moving forward toward my goal every day for my family's future. And just tell yourself this on a regular basis. Another idea, you can set phone reminders, set a daily alarm, or change your lock screen to a powerful message or a photo that reminds you of your why. And it could even be, like I mentioned earlier, your vision board. And then every time you check your phone, you'll be reminded of why you're doing what you do. And I'm going to encourage you, lastly, to share your why. Find someone you trust. It could be a coach, a mentor, a friend, a coworker, another agent, and share your why and your goals with them. And then ask them and allow them to check in with you and help hold you accountable. Staying connected to your why, it's not just a one time event, it really is a daily practice. And the stronger your connection to your why, the easier it will be for you to take action, focused action, which is in alignment with your why and your goals. Now, I know that digging deep to find your why and setting aligned goals can be challenging, which is why I've created a free workbook for you to help guide you through this process. It includes the questions we talked about today, space to write down your goals, and an example to help you get started. You can download it by going to doubledutypodcast.com and then going to the tab that says downloads, and you will find it there. Your action item this week is to complete that workbook. Take the time to get clear on your why, set meaningful goals that align with it, and put a system in place to stay connected with your why daily. And when your why is strong and your goals are aligned, you'll find the motivation you need to overcome any resistance. This is why you always hear me say that your reason has to be bigger than your resistance. A big why will pull you through any resistance that you encounter. Next week, we'll wrap up this mini series with our final master key, which is accountability. We'll talk about how to create systems to hold yourself accountable and how to surround yourself with the right support. It's going to be an episode packed with actionable tips, so be sure to tune in. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the 5 master keys of success. I hope you found value in today's episode. And if you did, if you would please share it with another agent who could use some inspiration for their why and goal setting journey. I'll see you next week. And remember, when your why is strong enough, there is nothing that you can't achieve. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're leaving inspired and you found a key or two you're going to try out this week to see how they help you to unlock your success. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single story. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, you can find me at doubledutypodcast.com. That link is also in the show notes. Until next time, have a productive week.